Hello, everyone. Hello. Oh, it's nice to be here. Oh, my goodness. Look at the turnout. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, you guys are way too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you really know how to make a guy feel special. Oh, that's good. That's, oh, my goodness. I don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. Please take your seats. Oh, my goodness. Look at everyone here. Oh, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for that round of applause. Welcome back to another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. And I have a wonderful episode for you guys tonight. The much anticipated Flawless Fantasy Football Quarterly Award Show. Yes, back with a vengeance. 1 through 4 was an awesome display of talent. Plenty of awards went out that night. Sitting on the shelves, honored by their weeks 1 through 4 performance. And here we are. Your boy Flawless, AB Jr., back for week 5 through 9. Quarterly awards. Now, let me give a little caveat. We're going to do things different this time, a little bit different, okay? We're going to focus on just the skill positions and actually the criteria that I'm actually going to use to the recipients that are in the running for the positional awards. It's basically not only the production that's going to be taken into place far as week 5 through week 9, those 5 weeks, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It's also going to be used far as relative to what their average draft position was prior to the season starting in the fantasy drafts. So not only about the production that's been done between week 5 and week 9 through week 9, also going to be taken into place and weighed just as heavily as the production is where that player or those players ranked in the ADP and the average draft position from prior to the season starting before week 1, okay? Hope everybody understands that, all right? So let's get into it. I'm not going to hold anyone. Let's start with the quarterback position. The quarterback leads everything. They're the heartbeat of the offense, heartbeat of the team majority of the times. And let's be honest, there are some players that are in the running, okay? Now, you have your greats. You have your Patrick Mahomes. You have your Josh Allens that performed admirably through week 5 and week 9, all through those weeks. But it's easy because Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen averaged over 27 points a game, well over 20, each one of them in particular. But there's a quarterback out there that's averaged 25 points per game. And based on his draft position, which was drafted late in the game, super late in the game, in a lot of drafts, we're just going to cut through the chase, everyone. Your quarterback for quarter number 2 for Fantasy Football Awards for the quarterback position goes to no other than yours truly, Chicago Bears, Justin Fields, everyone. Yes, Justin Fields. He deserved it, everyone. Guess what he had? Justin Fields, we already know what he's been doing on the field the last couple of weeks, the last few weeks. He dominated the Cowboys, dominated the Patriots. Justin Fields has averaged 25 points over the past 5 weeks. And in week 10, he plays Detroit. And in week 11, he plays Atlanta. So he should have at least a couple more high quarterback 1 weeks. Justin Fields drafted round 8, 9, 10, most times later, to be honest with you. He has outperformed his ADP, and he is amongst the greatest, and he is now the recipient of the second quarter award for quarterbacks. Flawless Fantasy Football's quarterback award goes to Justin Fields. Congratulations, Justin Fields. You deserve it. Take a bow, Justin Fields. That's right. He deserves it. He should actually, for those owners that have him and plug him in, they should be able to reap at least strong and feel confident within the next couple weeks. That new offense is popping, and I'm happy for Justin Fields. Let's move forward. Let's talk about the running backs. Now, the running backs here, I'm going to tell you something, guys. There's a lot that's been going on in the running back situations. Okay, you have King Henry. You have King Henry in the past 4 or 5 weeks, he's averaged 26 points a game. Eckler's averaged, mind you, this is half point PPR. Henry averaged 26 points per game. Eckler averaged 30 points a game. Alvin Kamara averaged 22 points a game. Joe Mixon, with his huge week, averaged 23 points a game. Even someone I think's worth mentioning, Travis Etienne has averaged 19.6 half-point PPR points a game. He scored 14 in week 5, 13 in week 6, 19, 25, and 27. Nick Chubb, he went for week 5, he went 25. In week 6, he had a down week, he had 8. In week 7, he had 19, followed by a 25 before the week 9's bye. Now, the criteria here is that I used is if you have a single-digit half-point PPR week, you're excluded. Can't win. All right? You can't win. Not as it pertains to running backs because a lot of running backs have been popping off. Okay? But having said all that, Henry and Eckler, first-rounders. Mixon was first-rounder. Kamara, Etienne was around a fourth-rounder. Okay? But there are a couple running backs that have performed admirably. One's averaging 20 and a half points, half-point PPRs, 20.6 to be exact, and the other one's averaging 21.2. It was very hard to choose one. So, your boy Flawless decided that he was going to pick co-award winners for the first time ever in Flawless Fantasy Football's quarterly award show. We're going to give it to 2 running backs. Again, this is based on ADP and performance. Those 2 running backs are no other than, neither one of them actually had a single digit from week 5 through week 9. Both of them had monster weeks, several 20-point games between the both of them. Your Fantasy Football, Flawless Fantasy Football award show running backs, co-winners are no other than Kenneth Walker III and Ramondre Stevenson. Both of those gentlemen are averaging over 20 points a game from weeks 5 through weeks 9. And based on their ADP, Kenneth Walker was running back 39, and Ramondre Stevenson was around running back 32 and half-point PPR. ADP, listen, those 2 guys are killing it. Yes, It was based off of injury, and that's how they're getting their shine. But guess what? They're getting it now, and they're getting their flowers from Flawless Fantasy Football. Say congratulations, everyone, to Kenneth Walker and Rhamondre Stevenson, co-running back award winners for the Flawless Fantasy Football's quarterly award show, second quarter. You deserve it, gentlemen. Keep up the good work, Kenneth Walker and Rhamondre Stevenson. Now, let's go to the wide receivers. Let's go to the wide receivers. All right, listen, okay, there are some great wide receivers here that have been putting in some work. You have your A.J. Browns, you have your Waddles, you have your Diggs. Those guys are performing admirably. Studs among studs. But, unfortunately, or fortunately for this gentleman, he's had no bust games. He's had 3 monstrous week-winning games in this 5-week stretch between week 5 through week 9. Diggs, which is next closest to him, is averaging 22.7 half-point PPR points during that span. But even though the touchdowns aren't they're like Diggs, per se, this wide receiver is taking home the award for Flawless Fantasy Football's award show, quarter number 2, goes to no other than Tyreek Hill. Everyone, Tyreek Hill in the building, everybody. This guy's averaging 23.2 half-point PPR points. He's averaged he had 13 week 5, 30 week 6, 14 week 7, and 32 week 8, and 27 week 9. He is on pace for over 2,000 yards. We might see something we've never seen, guys. We might see something we've never seen. Tua is delivering the ball. He looks healthy to me. And everything is clicking offensive-wise in Miami. If they can shore up their defense, they might be a force to be reckoned with. Congratulations, Tyreek Hill. You are Flawless Fantasy Football's quarterly award show winner for wide receivers for the second quarter of the season. Now, before we go to the tight ends, I'd like to say, if anybody enjoying this video, press like. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. You'll enjoy the content, and you will see and hear perspectives from fantasy football that you won't see or hear from anywhere else. This is 2.5 decades since the mid-90s. 2.5 decades of fantasy football wisdom that you get here for the free ski. The only thing I'm charging you is to subscribe, press like on the video, and comment if need be. And let me know how you like the video. Let me know who you think possibly could have been in the runnings or should have deserved the award for weeks 5 through 9. So, Justin Fields was quarter number 2's Flawless Fantasy Football's award winner for the quarterbacks, and the running backs was co-winners were Kenneth Walker and Rhamondre Stevenson. Again, it's based on performance and average draft position. So the lower your draft position is based on and in conjunction with your awesome statistics, gives you a better rating. And wide receivers, Tyreek Hill take home the trophy for Flawless Fantasy Football's quarterly awards show for the second quarter. Man, these guys are going to have so much. I think that'll go any type of Super Bowls they win. That trophy, the trophy they're going to receive, will probably be at the top. It'll be, if they have a whole bunch of trophies, it's going to be at the top, at the apex of all the trophies. It's going to be crescendo, right there at the top. Flawless Fantasy Football quarterly awards trophy. Trying to tell you guys, They deserve this and they work for it. You think they're working for a contract only? Absolutely not. No, they're trying to make the show here, baby. And guess what? They've done it. A few of them done it today. Now let's move on to the tight ends. The tight ends. Now this was tough. And it was tough because, like I said before, you know, I actually look at ADP and performance, okay? I don't like single digits. That's tough. I can't get you in there. But then the tight end landscape is the tight end landscape. You know, you have Dallas Goedert. He's been balling. He's had double-digit half-point PPR weeks. He's doing great. But he had a 4-point week, half-point PPR week. He had a 4-point half-point PPR week, week 6 against Dallas. Okay, so that kind of that's a blemish. That's a blemish on your paperwork when you bring it to the Flawless organization for me to look at it. So, and then Zach Ertz, he brought his paperwork up. He submitted his paperwork. Me and the panel reviewed it. The panel reviewed it, then sent it to me because I get the final say. And Zach Ertz, great numbers through week 5 through week 9. But he had a 6-point week. Not as bad as Goddard's 4-point week, but he had a 6-point week, week 7 versus New Orleans. You know, we got Andrews. He was hurt. Missed the game. But this is where everything kind of goes out of the window. And I've decided, since this gentleman has had no bust games, no single-digit game, and he scored over 15 half-point PPR points, except week 2, he scored over 15 half-point PPR points. The only week he didn't do that was week 2 when he scored 10 half-point PPR points against the Chargers. He's in the last 5 weeks, he's had week 5, he had 33 points, week 6, 19 points, then 16 points, then a bye week, week 8, and then had a 20-point week 9. Guys, I couldn't hold this in. I couldn't make an exception. The tight end winner, the recipient of the Flawless Fantasy Football Quarterly Award for the second quarter, goes to no other than Travis Kelce, everyone. Travis freaking Kelce. The guy has been a monster. He's been, wherever you've drafted him at, if you have him late first, second round, if you happen to get fortunate enough to get him in the second round, he's been outperforming his ADP. He's been balling out, and it seems like he's going to continue to do so. He is the main receiving option in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes at the helm. I don't see anything stopping it this year. I wouldn't wish no ill will behind him, even though he's getting a little long in the tooth. Father Time is undefeated, but Father Time is letting him ball out right now. That concludes the second quarter Flawless Fantasy Football Quarterly Award Show. Again, we have Justin Fields taking home the award for the quarterbacks. Kenneth Walker III and Ramondre Stevenson, co-award winners for the running backs. Tyreek Hill takes home the award for the wide receivers. And no other than Travis Kelce. Nothing but stud games. Can't take it away from him. He takes home the award for the tight ends for the Flawless Fantasy Football Second Quarter Award Show. Congratulations to those gentlemen. Thank you guys for stopping in and attending the award show. Look up under your seats. You have a grab bag up under there. It's worth several thousands of dollars. All type of certificates, different things in there, kind of like Oprah. You didn't know it was up under there. Reach up under your seat. I want to thank you guys personally for showing up. Thank you. This is AB Jr. from Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Flawless Fantasy Football. Fantasy football is not a science. It's not a science. And I'll prove it here. Like, comment, subscribe. See you soon.